Fine students, this is a very important editorial to understand, and this editorial belongs to Ecology and Environment. Global Plastic Treaty. It could not metallize, and the talk failed because of the interest of developed country and developing country. The interest of developing country and developed country are very wide, very diverse. That's why the global treaty plastic this time could not metallize into a results. So the global plastic treaty, the bone of contention is the virgin plastic polymers. Ecology and environment, fine, and we'll see every point, very important point. Countries failed to agree on a framework agreement to eliminate plastic pollution. This was the 5th official round. This is a 5.1 actually, because the talk started in 2022 when many countries came together in Nairobi, Kenya, and decided to have intergovernmental negotiation committee to talk about to have framework about to eliminate plastic pollution. It was started in 2022, but this time it failed, ended without any results. However, countries have decided to resume negotiation, but however many countries come and they say that no, we will carry the talks in next year. So global plastic treaty is the result of resolution by member countries of the United Nations passed in 2022 to end plastic pollution, and including your marine environment also. We know that there is a lot of pollution, there is a lot of problem of plastic in marine ecosystem. As you can see with the data, why we require to eliminate plastic, how it impacts the ocean ecosystem. So it is estimated that more than 5 trillion pieces of plastic, you just see the quantum of the plastic, 5 trillion pieces of plastic are in the world ocean, and it will take many years to break down. Every year 400 million tons, what is the meaning of 400 million tons? 40 crore tons of plastic is produced globally, and among them 40% is of single-use plastic. Single-use plastic is very dangerous. You know what is a single-use plastic? We often get with the vegetables, we often get with the products, single-use plastic. Single-use plastic is very dangerous. More than 8 million tons of plastic enters world ocean each year. You just see the quantum of plastics, 8 million plastics, 8 million. 80 lakh millions plastics every year entering into the world ocean, and most of them escape from the land. Obviously, if there is a river system, if there is a pond, obviously everything will go into the oceans, because after all, river, sea meets the ocean. So ocean carries every year 8 million tons of plastic enter directly to the oceans. And we know that all plastic cannot be recyclable, and if some plastics are recycled, but producers don't do the recycle. Why? Because recycling requires lot of money. In some products you'll find like thermocol. If you see the case of thermocol can be recyclable. It can be recyclable. Recycle, no, it can be used again. But recycling thermocol is more expensive than producing new one. So that's why lots of companies, lots of producers don't take interest in recycling plastic like thermocol. So not all plastic can be recycled, either because of the way it's made and because it is too expensive or difficult to do so. Animals on land or at sea can be harmed by plastic. We know that. Even human beings are also affected because of the food chain. If you throw plastic in aquatic ecosystem, fish will eat and you will eat fish. Cycle, food web, and automatically it comes in your body in the form of bioaccumulation or in the form of biomagnification. So it affects the whole food chain. Some plastic can decompose in ocean, but however, while decomposing, they release a lot of toxic chemicals like bisphenol A into the sea, and it will impact the aquatic animals. And bisphenol was the question of prelims actually in 2023 and 24. I think in 2022 or 2023, bisphenol was asked in one question, 23 or 24 prelims. So there is a way of decomposing plastic in the ocean, but it decreases slowly, number one. And while decomposing, it releases lot of very harmful toxic chemicals in the form of bisphenol, and which is a very, very dangerous for the aquatic animals. Yes, what is a recyclable? As you can say, PET, water bottles, packaging for personal care products. And thanks to the rack pickers actually. Rack pickers you see, in the morning you'll see the lot of children, they are busy in collecting the bottles. They are the rack pickers. But India, the irony is that the person who are involved in the recycling of the products, they are in informal sector. And they are doing recycle without taking proper safety. If you throw the laptop, means equipments of laptop, then if rack pickers come into the contact of that products, that product is very harmful actually. If rack pickers go to the hospital and they collect the biomedical equipment, biomedical equipment is very harmful. So if our government try to formalize the rack pickers also, it will be very, very good way of incentivizing the recycling industry also. So thanks to the rack pickers, water bottles can be recycled quickly, and polyethylene and polypropylene like grocery bags, jars, these are the examples of plastics that can be recyclable. But you can see this one, multi-layered plastic. You know, multi-layer, we often get food packed into the aluminum foil, no? And in aluminum foil there is a lot of layers, so it's very, very difficult to recycle each layer. So that is a multi-layered plastics. And in order to make food crisp form, in order to make food in a warm way, in a crisp form, we use multi-layer plastic, which is not easy to recycle. Thermosets you can see, melamine plates, switchboards is not recyclable, or it's not recyclable actually. Thermocol, it is a recycle, but it requires very expensive. It is a very expensive process. PVC pipes that are used as a flooring or of railway coaches, also not recyclable. So we can see lots of plastic products. Among them, some are recyclable and some of them are not recyclable. And those who are recyclable producers are not paying attention, because producing the products is cost effective as compared to recycling that products, because recycling that products requires a lot of money. It's an expensive process. You just see the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2021. With this rule, government has prohibited single-use plastic items. Fine. Manufacturing, import, stocking, distribution, sale, use of unintended single-use plastic, including polystyrene commodity, shall be prohibited from 1st July 2022. Government had decided, government has done. But however, if you see the market, in market you will find such type of things. But however, government had increased length of thickness of a plastic from 50 microns to 75 microns in 2021, and from 75 microns to the 120 microns. Now you will find the plastic of 120 microns, not 50 microns, not 75 microns. Why government had decided to do these things? Because if a producer produce a plastic of 120 microns, it will cost more, and producer will discourage to produce such plastics. So that's why government had decided to increase the width of the plastics, thickness of the plastic. Yes, the plastic packaging waste which is not covered in the phase out shall be collected and managed. And there is also concept of your extended producer responsibility. It is the responsibility of producer who produce the things. They should be in the forefront to recycle all the products. And it was come in the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016, and it became the mandatory in your 2021. So there is a compulsion for the producer to recycle everything that it produced. Very good thing, no? Let's say you are a company, you are producing lot of items, plastic items. It is your responsibility to collect all the plastics and you should recycle. And it became mandatory. It became the mandatory through the law in 2021. Some countries, okay, we'll see some countries better for the complete ban on virgin plastic polymers. Yes, we have seen, no, there is a deadlock between the developed country and developing country about elimination of plastics. So nearly half of the 170 countries, 50% of 170 countries like European Union, very Pacific Island nation, you know that Pacific Island countries, they are facing a lot of problems because of the plastic pollution, and others also. They said that no, we should immediately, because we are in modern era, we should immediately decrease the plastic. We should immediately eliminate the plastic. But we know that developing country like Saudi Arabia and India say no, it's not going to happen because we can't eliminate in one day. We require time because we are in developmental stage. Fine. So economies that premise on the extraction of oil and petrochemical refining completely disagree. It's talking about the Saudi Arabia. So you know that Saudi Arabia's economy totally depends on oil and petrochemical refining activities. So how can Saudi Arabia eliminate the plastic in one day? It will take time. And India is also in developmental stage. That's why India requires a lot of time. Like we have seen in the 2016 Kigali Agreement. In Kigali Agreement, there was a very great framework that developing countries should get some space, some time to decrease in a phase-wise manner by 2047. So we require such framework in the plastic also. So what is India's opinion? India said that yes, we have brought extended producer responsibility in our legislation. And we have done a lot of things. We have decreases thickness of plastic from 50 to 75. We have increases the thickness of plastic from 50 to 75. Now from 75 to 120, 110 or 120. That means India is doing. But critics say that India's capacity to recycle plastic is only 1/3. Only 33% we are able to recycle. And rag pickers are in the front. And rag pickers belong to the informal sector. So India requires a bold step in reducing the plastics. Otherwise, we'll face a very crisis situation in the future, and marine pollution, aquatic pollution, because if you pollute the marine environment, automatically it will impact you. Because we have to take care of the one health. One health means animal, human, as well as your environment. That's it, completed.